Now, if I say even electron is behaving like a conscious being, certainly its behavior is changing when there is observer and when there is no observer. So like I said yesterday, what Samkhya said, whole cosmos, everything is conscious, right? Their degree of awareness may be little, but yes, awareness can be high and low, but everything is conscious. That I can, what Samkhya says. Is that okay, guys? So when you say someone non-conscious, I feel it is a wrong terminology. Everyone is conscious. Maybe you are not aware about yourself. That you can say, right? You are fully aware. You don't have any awareness. That is acceptable. But saying that you are not conscious, it seems wrong to me. Is okay? Or unconscious also, I don't find anything is like people say unconscious mind. It's not possible. The mind that is not aware is possible. Now what they did in double slit experiment, scientists, they thought, why don't we put a meditator who meditate on the electron? So they put, instead of an observer, they put a very skilled meditator, and the work of meditator to just focus on the electron. So meditator is just meditating on the electron. They wanted to see how this interaction happens and change the experiment. What happens? Electron behave very differently when there was a meditator meditating on them, right? So that means mind and matter interaction is possible. Mind can change the matter and matter can change the mind. That's also possible. Have you seen in ancient time they use different kind of stones to affect you mentally, like witchcraft? Now you say is hoax, but there are many stones, gems, that actually affect your mental attitude, and your mind can also affect them. So that means by this experiment, what is established, mind and matter, they can interact with each other.
In which way did the electron react? In which way did the electron react?
So when there was a meditator, it didn't behave properly on the screen. Before, when there was no observer, what was in the screen? Bright and dark light, right? On pattern, bright and dark pattern. But when there was a meditator, pattern got disturbed. It was a pattern, but it was not a perfect pattern. It was a disturbed pattern. So that means meditator is affecting the electron. The way it is behaving is now changed. Is it okay? Now, what is available now is called REG, random electron generator. Random number, RNG, many people they call it RNG, random number generator or random event generator. So what this REG does, it creates 0 and 1 on quantum level and produce 50% 0 and 50% 1. Okay, on quantum level. So what they did, they put one person in front of REG and said, you ask REG to produce more 0. You desire to produce more zeros. So person who is sitting in front of the, they are just praying more zeros, you know. And REG produce more zeros this time. Next person comes, produce more 1. REG produced more 1. It is huh? This This is scientific experiment. I'm not talking, you know, mumbo jumbo from. It's not gibberish. Though gibberish is beautiful. Yeah. Gibberish is so beautiful, we are not capable to do it. So you go, there is many experiment is going on about the consciousness. There is experiment in Princeton University is going on that is called Global Consciousness Project. You all must inquire and go through it. It's very scientific experiment. What they are actually now proving is already said by Samkhya and Yoga long back. That's why I bring to the classes, so that people go through all this scientific experiment and correlate what really they said 5,000 years back. Yeah? So there is a scientist, Dean Radian, is doing this project. This is really nice experiment going on around the world. Yeah? So this interaction of mind and matter, so what they did, they said, okay, let's put this 𝗬𝗏 on big events. Let's say there is a football match between France and UK, right? So between France and UK, and match is happening in Paris, for example. Of course, in a stadium, 40,000, let's say 50,000 capacity of the stadium, 40,000 they are asking for Paris to win, and 10,000 those who managed to come from UK to Paris, watching the match, supporting to the UK, they want UK to win. So what they did, they put the 𝗬𝗏 to observe what is the fluctuation in the 𝗬𝗏 when many people collectively asking something. So they observed there is a huge fluctuation in the 𝗬𝗏 when people collectively did. Now the experiment is they are put the 𝗬𝗏 globally everywhere, big major cities. So when there is any big events happening, what they want to check, how collective consciousness is responding. Let's say for example 9/11 happened. For example, there is a war in Middle East, right? In Ukraine. How globally our thinking is, let's say war is happening, almost in everyone's mind there is a war somewhere. So collectively, globally, we are thinking about the war. How is the fluctuation in the 𝗬𝗏 as a collective consciousness? There was one event that is happened in Thailand. There are many people, almost 100,000 people meditated together, and they wanted to see how it will affect. No? How this mind and matter interact. There are many psychic power in Yoga Sutra is explained in chapter 3, where you can do so many things. You can walk in the water. No? If you say Jesus walked on water, in Europe they will say, this guy is stupid. But if you go in a remote village of India, you ask, oh, this yogi walked on water, they will say, it's okay, there are many in India they did. No, they will not be even surprised. They say, oh, the many in India they already did, many yogis they did. They become so light, they can make their body so light, and they can walk on the water. So there is a psychic power through yoga you get, and that your interaction with the matter depends on your mental attitude. The way you want matter start behaving like that. It is possible. Okay? So when you say, like you do the prayer, no? People say, if you do the prayer with the bottom of your heart, it works. Of course it will work. It is not working, there is a God somewhere. It's not working because God blessed you, no. It is working because you have inherent quality to affect the other things. So when your intention becomes strong, the way you will affect, that's also strong. Have you seen, you see someone and you get attracted immediately? What is that energy? what is that energy that immediately you don't know about that person? Don't know, like talking, walking, all these things. That's what you call it, chemistry, right? But how? What is that things that drawn you and later drown you? No. What is that energy? That means when two things are interacting, one is so strong, it is impossible for others to behave in that way, right? In a normal sense. For example, if I talk to the Buddha, Buddha's aura was so powerful and strong. Whosoever comes close to the Buddha, they become non-violent. There is one event, there was one great notorious robber, killer, murderer, who killed almost 100 people, and to whom he killed, he cut the finger and put the garland. And one time, Buddha was walking through the forest. He come in front of the Buddha. Buddha was so tranquil, in harmony and peace. There is no fear to him. And when they saw the Buddha, all the violence gone from him. He never thought to kill him. The aura of Buddha was so strong that idea to kill is gone. You getting my point? And then later that guy became one of the disciple of Buddha. He left completely the violence and become disciple and later got enlightened also. So can you see the transformation from one person just by interaction with this guy? No? That means your energy, the way you will create, it is already reflecting based on your intention. If your intention is good, every body cell will tell that things. You no need to even speak. No? So that's why I'm saying, whatever you call it prayer is basically the interaction of mind and matter. Yeah? That is what you call aura nowadays. No? Or vibe. No? Is it not? Good vibe and bad vibe and this vibe and that vibe. No? So it is basically a scientific phenomena that Yoga Sutra Patanjali already telling. This is this way it happens. No?